Hello, my name's Kirk Jenkins. I'm a Senior Solutions Architect with Zadara. And today I'm going to demonstrate on how to install Ollama and an open source large language model on a Zadara private cloud. Zadara is a 13-year-old private company that provides infrastructure as a service resources to our customers as either a public or a private cloud service. The Zadara Cloud is a multi-tenant solution that can scale up or scale down as your business requires. We are a flexible solution that can incorporate new technology as they become available. And as with any cloud service, we support on-demand pricing as well as term discount contracts. An overview of the Zadara infrastructure. We support virtual private clouds on a KVM-based hypervisor. We have a wide variety of elastic compute VM resources, instance types. We have a very scalable elastic block storage tier. As well, we support load balancers and auto scaling groups, everything that you would require for a general purpose cloud compute environment. We also incorporate NVIDIA GPUs as well as NVMe drive resources for our virtual machines. These GPU and NVMe resources are connected through a PCI pass-through connection. Our networking is redundant 100 gig networking, so we have very few bottlenecks in our environment. As well, we support storage resources, block, file, and object for your use to support and train AI ML workloads. We can deploy our infrastructure in any location, in customers' data centers or co-location facilities. Think of this as your own private cloud with your own security controls and customized access. This demo of installing a large language model on a private cloud addresses a unique business need, keeping your information resources private and under your control. With this infrastructure, you can fine-tune your large language model and implement retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, and create your own sovereign AI. Okay, so I've logged into one of our private clouds. And in this private cloud, we do have NVIDIA GPU resources. The virtual private cloud piece has already been created. So from there, I will create my large language model instance. So I'll give it a name. I will choose an image. I have already created an image that is based on Ubuntu 2204. It has a lot of the utilities that I utilize with any of my Linux instances, as well as I've installed a Docker container on top of it. So instance type, we have a wide variety of instance types and sizes, and you can select any of these that are available. There are resource constraints on clouds, as you can imagine, and we try not to over-provision our clouds too much so that we can support an N+1 type of environment. So today I'm going to select an NVIDIA GPU. It is an A02 GPU with 24 vCPUs and 192 gigs of RAM. I will select a key pair that I've already created. Of course, in this environment, we can create new key pairs, and Those will be downloaded onto your local machine, and then you can utilize that to access your instances. This instance size, I had already attached a 250 gig EBS volume to it. We can add additional VPSA resources or virtual private storage array resources to this instance or this environment, which can give you a very large object storage connection, as well as other block or file and virtual private storage array resources. And then I also need to connect a security group. This is an allow only security group, of which I have my local IP address, as well as a wide variety of ports that'll allow me to connect to this VM instance. For instance, I utilize port 22, which is the default port for SSH that allows me to connect directly from a terminal. There are other ports that need to be open for Ollama, as well as the OpenWebUI. So we'll get that stood up. This will take just a few minutes. Okay, now that that's booted up, I will attach a public IP address to the instance so that I can attach to it from my local machine. So I'll SSH from here. And as you can see, this is my demo LLM 01, same as we are here. It is based on Ubuntu 22.04. It has 24 vCPUs as well as 192 gigs of RAM and an NVIDIA A02 GPU tied to it. So from here, I can go to my Ollama, and since I'm running on an Ubuntu image, I will copy that command and run it here. So this will take a few minutes to install. And while that's installing, I will log into this instance on these other screens so that I can monitor how the GPU is performing. Okay, now that Ollama is installed, we can take a quick look at the models that Ollama supports, and you can download these directly from their website. There is a model that I particularly like. It's the 8 billion parameter Instruct Q8, which is kind of a small to mid-sized model that has really good performance and works really well on this particular instance. So I will run the Ollama command and download and run the Llama 3.1 8 billion parameter with the Q8 compression. So that'll take a little bit to download and get up and running. And while it's doing that, I will start my monitors. As well as my NV top. So these will give me the ability to take a look and keep an eye on the GPU as I run queries against it. So from here, I can ask a simple question. And you can see the GPUs being hit pretty hard. And the memory utilization of the GPU card, as well as the number of GPUs are being utilized heavily on this top graph. Okay, so it looks like it's working pretty well. Now, what I want to do is implement a web interface, and OpenWebUI is the interface that I use. I do have a Docker script that I've worked through that works out really well for this instance. So I'll get that up and running. So nothing's running in Docker right now. So I'll run this Docker command and get the OpenWebUI interface running. So that'll take a little bit to download. And while it's doing that, I will copy my IP address so that I can open the web UI. Okay, so the OpenWebUI Docker container is running. And from here, I can sign up. So enter my name. And this first login to the OpenWebUI is a for the administrator. And I'll enter my password. Okay, so that's it. So now I have the OpenWebUI installed, and from here I can set up a wide variety of admin settings. I can add users. I can have a number of large language models implemented in this. I can personalize the interface for my particular use case. And I can also ask it a simple question. So one of the things that I'd like to do to test a particular model to see how recent it's been updated is to ask a fairly time sensitive question. So and so it'll tell me when it was last updated, pretty much from this query. So April 2023 was this particular model's last update, and you can see it hit the GPU, pretty hard, pretty quick, and so looks like the LLM is fully implemented and everything's working as expected. So this does provide us with the ability to have a foundational element of a large language model for my own private use. So any of the queries that I make on this large language model are resident within my own data center, on my own private cloud. So this is a great way to start experimenting with large language models. It also gives you the ability to incorporate or fine-tune your own corporate information into this infrastructure, and allows you to have a really nice sovereign AI large language model that you can customize and keep up to date for your own particular needs. So that's all for the demo that I have today. If you need more information or would like to chat with us about implementing your own large language model on the Zadara infrastructure as a private cloud service, please reach out to us on zadara.com and we will be happy to discuss your requirements. Thank you.